What is up, Maple Boomers? Zach here. Got another video today in the boss, I guess, fight-along series? I don't know what I'm calling it exactly, but I recorded a boss fight, and I'm going to give some commentary on it. This one should be faster than the last one. This is a hard Darknell fight. The same day I ran the bosses last time. And this was about, you'll see the combat power, you'll see all that stuff. It's nothing crazy. The only thing that might be like a little bit of a gatekeeping, or not gatekeeping, but like something a lot of people won't have is the boss fams. But honestly, it's not that. I would say if you're hitting the 40 mil threshold, you'll see. I cleared this boss in like 13 minutes. You could definitely do this with like 5 mil CP less than I have. So keep that in mind. It's hard Darknell. Thank you guys again for all the support, all the nice comments you guys are giving me. I'm close to 200 subscribers, so I do want to take a moment to just say, if you wouldn't please subscribe. I think I need like 500 to even make any kind of monetization. I'm probably not gonna put any shorts out, so I either need to hit 500 subs or hit like 3 million views in shorts or something. So I think I'll do the subs. So if you guys could please subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm not gonna push that too hard, but yeah, we got Darknell today. I'll do hard Varishilla, probably upload that tomorrow, because that's like, I think the video is like 25 minutes long, so that'll be a longer one. But enjoy Darknell. Thank you guys for watching. Alright, we got ourselves a quick little intro here. It's the same stats as the last video I did, if you watched that one at all. About 50 mil CP with rental gear. 57 with my fams. I got the 3 elixirs. We got Ursus buff, Monster Park buffs, guild buff. I got the VIP buff on for this fight, and then a 2-hour 20% boss damage from Rudibus. So Darknell, the first week, or I would say the prior week to this video, or to me recording this, he destroyed me. The fight itself it's the same fight I'm doing right now, but like, I don't know what went wrong with me. I fought him 4 different times before I killed him, with maybe 10-15 mil CP less than I have in this video. So I just didn't have hands. Now, the Darknell fight itself, it's pretty easy, to be honest. Like, the fact that I died so many times the week before, I don't know what was going on with me. So this fight, the whole name of the game, if you don't want to look up any mechanic videos, I can actually break this down for you. All I did when I started this fight was I did my full burst. So just going back a few seconds here. Enter the fight, wait till you're safe for a moment, snare him first with your snare skill, and then I do my full burst rotation. I do my origin as well. There's no reason to hold anything in this fight. It's just kill him as fast as you can. After you do that, it's a matter of just constantly sticking to him. Ren as a class, your DPM is not the best. Your burst is like a big part of your damage. It's like most of your damage. But you still want to stick to him to maximize your DPS to kill him as quickly as possible. You want to be touching him basically at all times, as you're safe to do so, holding your Hurricane skill. Every time your Wish Unending skill is off cooldown, you want to pop that, of course, and every time the ball is off cooldown, you want to pop that, of course, too. So make sure that's just best practice there. Now, this fight itself, Darknell, again, he's really not bad once you understand what's going on. If you're newer to fighting this boss, the screen looks like it's bullet hell. Like, at certain parts during this fight, there are so many things happening. There's like, it seems impossible to dodge everything. And if you put yourself in certain positions on the map, it is impossible to dodge everything. So a couple tips I'll give you guys is, first of all, to understand Darknell, the lower HP he gets, the more frequent and the more frequently he attacks, and the more dangerous his attacks become. Every time he's attacking, you'll see he's summoning the Commander Knights, or whatever they're called, around him. It's random which ones he's summoning. There's one for each main class, so Thief, Pirate, Mage, Warrior, all that stuff. Bowman, that's all of them. So each one does a different attack, and once you know each attack, it's like kind of easy to understand what to do. The only ones I'm really caring about is the Bowman, and I think I'm also looking out for... I think the Bowman can do 2 different attacks. But really, the Bowman that shoots the bow, or that arrow right there that you just saw, that's the attack that kills me the most in this fight, and I know that. So I'm always just looking out for that. The rest I don't really care about. I'm seeing them, I'm telegraphing them, I'm doing my best to avoid them as possible, but Every time Darknell is doing an attack, I'm checking if there's a bowman spawn on either side. If I can see them, like right there, I'm just gonna look and I'm just gonna jump. That's it. If you don't jump, you can't jump. Or sorry, if you don't avoid that attack, you cannot jump. You're not skill locked, but not jumping in this fight is like basically death. As you can see, I'll be moving a lot here. I've already been moving a lot. Now, another thing to know, he has one full map attack right here. You see it. It is telegraphed. He does say, like, take this, take my gigantic attack here. All you have to do is just get behind him. The hitbox is a little bit in front of him. It's like if you're touching him and you're like touching the front part of his body, as long as you're physically like hugging him, you won't die. The hitbox extends a little bit in front of him. So if you happen to get him caught in a corner and he does it, you can still just touch him and you won't die. That's really the only, there's like 2 attacks you gotta look out for. Obviously, you want to watch out for the one-shots. The rest of his attacks aren't too bad, but again, you have to understand every time he attacks, he's summoning all those knights around him. So if you're not super confident with this fight, you basically want to wait till he doesn't attack. And if it's like, if you don't have your iframes, if you're lower HP, just get away from him, because the knights around him, they all do their damage, they do their ability like within a few seconds. So after like 3 seconds after Darknell does an attack, you're pretty clear. So if you're oops, sorry, it's my Discord. I should mute that. If you're lower combat power, it doesn't matter. If you're higher combat power, it doesn't matter. If you're lower, I would say skill. I would say if you haven't done this fight a lot, if you haven't cleared it a lot, then you want to basically play like that. You don't. It's better to finish the fight than to be greedy in this fight. And this fight is easily doable as long as you just play like that. Where when he's winding up for an attack, make yourself safe and then reapproach him afterwards. And you just kind of do that as Ren specifically until your burst is back up, and that's totally fine. You will kill him if you just do that. But again, in a perfect world, you want to hug him as much as you can. Keep your Hurricane on him at all times. Another thing I want to point out for this fight, and it will be equally important, if not more important, for the hard Varys Hilla fight, is your teleport skill. So you'll see, oh, I just got knocked across the map. You'll see me teleporting a lot more in this fight than if you had watched my Will fight video. I like barely teleported at all with Will. Teleporting on this class, let me actually see what the name of the skill is. Pedal Flash. Using Pedal Flash is broken. That skill is so strong in combination with your what is that skill called? I'm looking this up in real time. In combination with your lifting pedal, the mobility on this class keeps you able to be like in a fight like this. For example, like doing this fight on my Shadower, I have to use a longer cooldown skill to get safe in a lot of the positions I would be in. Just because the mobility is like I have a flash jump, I can jump upwards. But this class has mobility on such a low cooldown, and they basically have the infinite teleporting, that it doesn't matter. You can always kind of arc yourself and get really far distance, get away from everything. So that's why I say when you like, a lot of other classes can't play this they can't fight Darknell like that, where you can just kind of hit him when he attacks, get away and get back in as soon as you can. A lot of classes they struggle to do that as fast as Ren can, because you could just TP away and then TP, like turn around and TP like, for a second time to get like really good distance on him. So that's another thing I would recommend. If you're not very well practiced with the teleporting, do some practice runs. Teleporting is a game changer on Ren. And again, I'm surprised I didn't die there, by the way. On this boss and with hard Varys Hilla, you kind of need to. And yeah, it's just a really good thing to keep in mind. And if you're not using it now, start using it. Start getting familiar with alternating. So you teleport in front of you first, and then you teleport behind. So make sure you're like moving your character like facing the other way. If you want to move really far to the right, you teleport the one time, and then you turn your character around, teleport the second time. I wish I could show you, but pre-recorded. Now, as you can see, most of this yapping I'm doing, if you're just watching, I'm not doing anything crazy here. I am just kind of, as I said, I was just about to say I haven't died yet. But you'll notice I died to the arrow. That's the one attack that gets me like over and over again. It does like, I think it does like 50% of your HP, if not like 60%. I should look that up. It's chunking me for like 57k, I think, of my HP, which I think that's more than half of my HP. So it's probably 60%. So that's the one I always just look out for. I don't care about the thief. I don't care about the mage. They're all slower. The bowman gets me time and time again. But I'm not doing anything crazy. I am fortunately able to hug him a lot. I'm getting away here. See the double teleport? That's how quickly you can just get away from him. As long as, like, you know the spacing, and as long as the spaces you'll teleport to are safe, just do it. It's so nice. Yeah, in real time, it's harder to do, but I really recommend getting yourselves comfortable and familiar with that mechanic. These harder bosses, you will have to do it. Another burst here, still no origin. I think I've used the second origin already during this fight. It's been 9 minutes. I actually had to bail a little bit because it was getting a little scary. That's totally fine. You don't have to maximize your... If you need to get out of your roar to live, do that instead of dying. I would highly recommend just prioritizing your safety and not dying and not tilting. Because my first time clearing Hard Darknell in the Challenger World, I tilted, I got greedy, and I died at 2%. He had 2% HP. I did it again at about 10% HP. So just don't tilt. Again, keep yourself safe at all times. Like, don't approach him if you don't feel like you can. If you have the what's the name of that summon? Another little tip: if you have the decent holy fountain, or if you haven't invested in decent holy fountain, I would recommend doing so. You don't gotta max it out or nothing. I don't think it's not. It's a 5th job skill. It's a fifth job node. You see it's that yellow fountain looking thing in the middle of the screen right now. It's not worth using at level 1 because it like barely gives you anything. I would recommend putting some skill, use some skill EXP nodes to get it to like level 10, and then that's pretty usable. That'll be useful. It's not useful in Hard Hilla. It's very useful in Black Mage, and it's pretty useful here. So I do recommend, as you're approaching the harder, or I guess the tail end of C10E, maybe consider doing that. Maybe consider putting a couple points into it at first. He's already at 17%, which is almost, I think my burst does maybe 10% on him. So we're approaching the end here. And I've only taken one unfortunate death. I spoke too soon. This death, I'm just kind of chilling. I'm waiting for my burst to be up here. So start the burst. I make sure to pop Wish Unending before the burst starts so I can get the reset when I actually hit the sequence skill. Snare him, you know the deal for the burst. So did a little bit less than 10% looks like. I'm bailing again because that's a little bit scary. Those orbs and then the bowman's rain down or whatever. So I think one more burst will do it here. I could, if I wanted. The arrow is just so tilting. Like I can't see the left side of the screen. I'm just jumping and I just tank another arrow to the face. Like, I hate him. I hate that bowman. I hate him so much. But yeah, one more burst would do it. I could if I wanted to. If I wanted to be lazy or not lazy, if I wanted to play super safe here, I just get away from Darknell for the rest of this fight. All I have to do is dodge for 2 minutes. But I'm not playing like that. I got 3 lives. I'm aware I have 3 lives. I'm gonna still be aggressive here. That dive move is pretty scary too. So almost dead. Getting a little lucky where... So I did say every attack he does, he summons the guys. It's not every attack. It's like most of his attacks. So right here you see the guys are getting spawned in. It's a lot of stuff happening. Jumping very high is pretty safe, generally. There is like I think 2 of the attacks that can hit you up there. And also the Pillars of Light can hit you from pretty high up. But as a general note, jumping up really high and then using your... what's that move called? Using your... lifting pedal is pretty safe. So you'll see, if you've been paying attention, you'll see me do that a lot. My burst is up in 10. I'm just going to hold out for that. But yeah, this fight, as hard as I made it sound, it was the hardest fight for me week 1. It's really not that bad. Again, keeping in mind, just get away from him when you need to. Like, a lot. Stay away from him if you aren't comfortable, if you're not as comfortable fighting him as I am, just get away from him. And just burst him when you can. Hug him if you get that comfortable, but it's not a big deal. But that's it. That's the fight. At about 50 mil, it's easy. It's a how long was this fight? I don't even know exactly how long. It was a cake fight. So yeah, I hope you guys have an easier time than I did my week 1. But if you have any questions, again, Look up mechanic videos if you haven't. Nice Estella earrings. That's drop set. That's good. If you haven't seen a mechanic video, look one up. Definitely. I'm forgetting the name of. There's one guy I want to shout out, but I'll link him in the description below. There's one guide video I like, and this guy makes really good infographic videos. I'll link it down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good one.